1971 was the year rock music grew up. While the world was changing rapidly around us, musicians were creating sounds that would define generations. So today, we'll dive into 15 rock songs from 1971 we'll never forget. Number 15, I'm 18 by Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper burst onto the scene with this anthem of teenage rebellion that perfectly captured the restless energy of coming of age in the early 70s. The song's driving beat and Vincent Damon Fournier's theatrical vocals introduced the world to a character who would become one of rock's most enduring showmen. The single was released in November 1970, and when it became a surprise top 40 hit by early 1971, it convinced Warner Brothers that Alice Cooper had commercial potential, leading to the March 1971 release of the album Love It to Death. What made this song special wasn't just its catchy hook or rebellious attitude, but how it spoke to a generation caught between childhood and adulthood. Cooper's blend of hard rock with theatrical shock value opened doors for countless artists who would follow, proving that rock music could be both musically powerful and visually captivating. The guitar work, provided by Glenn Buxton and Michael Bruce, created a wall of sound that was both accessible and edgy. Dennis Dunaway's bass lines and Neil Smith's drumming provided the perfect foundation for Cooper's theatrical vocals, creating a sound that was both radio-friendly and genuinely rebellious. Number 14, Riders on the Storm by The Doors. The Doors' final recording with Jim Morrison became one of their most haunting and atmospheric creations. Released in June 1971 as the second single from the band's sixth studio album, L.A. Woman, it is known for being the last song that Jim Morrison recorded prior to his sudden death in Paris on July 3, 1971. The track's jazzy undertones, complete with Ray Manzarek's mesmerizing keyboard work and Morrison's whispered vocals, created something unlike anything else in rock music. The song's extended runtime allowed the band to explore musical territories they'd only hinted at before, with John Densmore's subtle percussion work mimicking actual rainfall throughout the track.
Girl, you gotta love your man.
This song represented The Doors at their most mature and experimental, moving away from the harder edge of their earlier work towards something more cinematic and ethereal. Morrison's vocals, recorded in early 1971, carried a haunting quality that would take on deeper meaning after his death, just weeks after the single's release. The track's unusual structure, with its lack of traditional verse-chorus format, showed how far rock music had evolved from its simple beginnings. Robbie Krieger's guitar work provided subtle textures rather than dominant melodies, creating an atmosphere that was both mysterious and beautiful. This track would become Morrison's swan song, a mysterious and beautiful farewell that showed The Doors at their most experimental and ethereal.
You gotta love your man.
Number 13, Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
I know I'll keep you amused, but I feel...
Rod Stewart's breakthrough hit transformed him from a member of Faces into a solo superstar overnight. The song's acoustic guitar foundation, played by Martin Quittenton, combined with Stewart's raspy, emotional vocals to create something both intimate and universally appealing. The track topped charts on both sides of the Atlantic and established Stewart's reputation as a storyteller, capable of turning personal experiences into musical gold.
Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried.
What made this song particularly special was how Stewart's distinctive voice, with its blend of rough edges and surprising tenderness, could convey both vulnerability and confidence in the same breath. The song's mandolin work, also provided by Stewart himself, added a folk element that distinguished it from other rock tracks of the period. Mickey Waller's drumming and Ronnie Wood's bass work created a loose, organic feel that perfectly complemented Stewart's conversational vocal style. The track's success proved that rock audiences were ready for more personal, narrative-driven songs, paving the way for the singer-songwriter movement that would dominate the decade. Radio stations still play this song regularly 5 decades later, testament to its enduring appeal and Stewart's ability to capture universal emotions in a uniquely personal way.
Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried.
Number 12, American Pie by Don McLean.
Well, I know that you're in love with him.
Don McLean's 8.5-minute epic became one of the most analyzed songs in rock history, with its cryptic references to the day the music died and the changing face of American culture. The song's length initially made radio programmers nervous, but audiences demanded to hear the entire track, forcing stations to play it in full. McLean's acoustic guitar work anchored a song that managed to be both deeply personal and broadly cultural, capturing the sense that something fundamental had shifted in American society.
I started singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie.
The song's success story is almost as remarkable as the song itself. McLean spent months crafting the lyrics, weaving together references to Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, Bob Dylan, and the Beatles into a narrative about the loss of innocence in American music. The track's arrangement, featuring subtle strings and backing vocals, built slowly from intimate folk beginnings to a full band finale that felt both celebratory and mournful. The song's impact went beyond music, becoming a cultural touchstone that helped define how Americans understood the changes happening in their society. Its success proved that rock audiences were ready for more complex, literary approaches to songwriting, opening doors for artists who wanted to tackle serious subjects through popular music.
Why when the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat.
Number 11, Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. The Who delivered one of their most powerful political statements with this anthemic rocker that closed their concept album, Who's Next? Pete Townshend's thunderous power chords combined with Roger Daltrey's soaring vocals and Keith Moon's explosive drumming to create a sound that was both revolutionary and accessible. The song's famous synthesizer work, pioneered by Townshend, showed how electronic elements could enhance rather than replace traditional rock instrumentation. What made this track particularly groundbreaking was Townshend's innovative use of the ARP-2500 synthesizer, which he programmed to create the song's distinctive opening sequence. This wasn't just electronic music for its own sake, but a tool that served the song's emotional and political message. The track's structure, building from the synthesizer intro through multiple dynamic shifts, demonstrated The Who's mastery of both studio craft and live performance energy. John Entwistle's bass work provided the foundation for what many consider one of the greatest rock songs ever recorded, a track that spoke to a generation's distrust of authority while celebrating the power of music itself. The song's message about political disillusionment resonated deeply with audiences who had lived through the turbulent 60s and were facing an uncertain future. Number 10, Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones opened their album Sticky Fingers with this controversial yet undeniably powerful rocker that showcased the band at their most provocative. Mick Jagger's swaggering vocals and Keith Richards' distinctive guitar riff created a sound that was simultaneously playful and dangerous. The song's success demonstrated the Stones' ability to push boundaries while still creating music that connected with mainstream audiences. The track's recording history is as fascinating as the song itself. Richards reportedly came up with the famous riff while tuning his guitar in an alternate tuning, creating a sound that was both simple and distinctive. The song's rhythm section, featuring Charlie Watts' steady drumming and Bill Wyman's bass work, provided the perfect foundation for Richards' guitar work and Jagger's dynamic vocals. The addition of Bobby Keys' saxophone solo added a soulful element that elevated the track beyond typical rock territory. This song perfectly encapsulated the Stones' ability to blend blues, rock, and soul into something uniquely their own, creating a track that would become a concert staple for decades to come. The song's enduring popularity proved that great rock music could be both musically sophisticated and immediately accessible. Number 9, Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath's title track from their second album helped define what heavy metal could become when it combined raw power with genuine emotion. Tony Iommi's guitar work, detuned and distorted, created sounds that had never been heard before in popular music. Ozzy Osbourne's vocals, ranging from vulnerable to menacing, proved that metal could be both heavy and melodic. The song's relatively short length packed an incredible amount of musical information into less than 3 minutes, showing how much impact a perfectly crafted heavy rock song could have. Geezer Butler's bass lines and Bill Ward's drumming completed a sound that influenced countless bands in the decades that followed. Number 8. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond's most beloved song began as a simple acoustic ballad, but evolved into one of the most singable anthems in popular music. The song's famous "B.A. B.A. B.A." chorus invited audience participation in a way that few songs had before, creating an instant connection between performer and listener. Diamond's warm vocals and the song's gradually building arrangement made it perfect for both intimate settings and large arenas. The track's success helped establish Diamond as more than just a songwriter for other artists, proving he could deliver his own material with equal power and emotion.
Touching me, touching you.
Number 7. It's Too Late by Carole King.
None of us is changing, or maybe we...
Carole King's transition from behind-the-scenes songwriter to performing artist reached its peak with this deeply personal ballad from her album Tapestry. The song's gentle, jazz-influenced rhythm and King's honest, conversational vocal style created something that felt both professional and intimate. Her piano playing, understated but perfectly supportive, showed how technical skill could serve emotional expression rather than overshadow it. The track's success helped establish the singer-songwriter movement as a major force in popular music, proving that audiences were hungry for more personal, authentic artistic expression.
Something inside has died and I can't...
Number 6. Let's Stay Together by Al Green. Al Green's smooth vocals and the song's infectious rhythm created one of the most enduring love songs of the decade. The track's Memphis soul production, featuring tight horn sections and a subtle but powerful rhythm section, provided the perfect backdrop for Green's romantic delivery. His ability to convey both passion and tenderness in a single performance made this song a template for countless romantic ballads that followed. The song's success helped establish Green as one of the premier soul voices of his generation, capable of making even the simplest sentiments sound profound and moving.
What I need.
Number 5. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
There's too many of you crying.
Marvin Gaye's socially conscious masterpiece marked a turning point both for the artist and for popular music's engagement with serious social issues. The song's jazz-influenced arrangement and Gaye's multi-layered vocals created a sound that was both musically sophisticated and emotionally accessible. His decision to address war, poverty, and social justice through music showed how popular songs could tackle serious subjects without losing their power to entertain. The track's success opened doors for other artists to explore political and social themes in their work, proving that audiences were ready for music that reflected the complexities of contemporary life.
We don't need to escalate.
Number 4. Roundabout by Yes. Yes pushed progressive rock into new territories with this complex yet melodic track that showcased each member's individual talents while creating a cohesive whole. John Anderson's distinctive vocals soared over Chris Squire's intricate bass work, while Steve Howe's guitar playing demonstrated how technical virtuosity could serve songwriting rather than dominate it. Bill Bruford's drumming and Rick Wakeman's keyboard work completed a sound that was both intellectually challenging and emotionally satisfying. The song's success proved that rock audiences were ready for more complex musical structures and helped establish progressive rock as a legitimate subgenre. Number 3. Imagine by John Lennon.
Imagine there's no heaven.
John Lennon's most famous solo work combined simple musical elements with profound philosophical ideas to create something that transcended typical pop song boundaries. The track's gentle piano melody and Lennon's intimate vocal delivery made complex ideas about peace and human unity feel immediate and personal. His ability to communicate serious concepts through accessible music showed how popular songs could address the biggest questions facing humanity. The song's enduring popularity proved that audiences were hungry for music that spoke to their highest aspirations rather than just their immediate desires.
Imagine all the people.
Number 2. Layla by Derek and the Dominoes.
What do you do when you get lonely?
Eric Clapton's passionate declaration of love, inspired by his feelings for Pattie Boyd, became one of rock's most emotionally powerful songs. The track's two-part structure, featuring both Clapton's guitar work and Duane Allman's slide guitar, created a musical conversation that perfectly matched the song's emotional intensity. Jim Gordon's piano coda provided a beautiful counterpoint to the song's opening guitar-driven section, showing how different musical textures could work together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. The song's success established Clapton as a major solo artist and helped introduce American audiences to the powerful guitar work of Duane Allman.
Try to give you consolation.
Number 1. Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
All that glitters is gold, and she's
Led Zeppelin's 8-minute epic became the defining song of the 1970s and perhaps the most famous rock song ever recorded. The track's gradual build from acoustic beginnings to thunderous climax showcased each member's individual talents while creating a unified artistic statement. Jimmy Page's guitar work, from delicate acoustic fingerpicking to soaring electric solos, demonstrated the full range of what rock guitar could achieve. Robert Plant's vocals, ranging from tender whispers to powerful wails, proved that rock singers could be both subtle and dramatic. John Paul Jones's bass and keyboard work provided crucial musical foundation, while John Bonham's drumming, particularly in the song's explosive final section, redefined what rock percussion could accomplish. The song's success proved that rock audiences were ready for longer, more complex compositions, and its enduring popularity showed that great music could transcend the boundaries of radio format and commercial expectations. More than 50 years later, Stairway to Heaven remains a testament to rock music's power to combine technical excellence with emotional depth, creating something that speaks to listeners across generations.
Your stairway lies on the whispering wind.
These 15 songs from 1971 represent more than just great music. They capture a moment when rock was expanding its boundaries and discovering new possibilities. From the heavy power of Black Sabbath to the gentle introspection of Carole King, from the political consciousness of Marvin Gaye to the mythic grandeur of Led Zeppelin, these tracks showed that rock music could be anything artists dared to imagine. What makes these songs particularly special is how they've aged. While many tracks from 1971 now sound dated, these 15 have maintained their power and relevance across 5 decades. They continue to inspire new generations of musicians and music lovers, proving that great songwriting and musical innovation transcend the boundaries of time and trend. Each song on this list has survived not just because of its initial popularity, but because it captured something essential about the human experience. Whether dealing with love, loss, rebellion, or hope, these artists found ways to make their personal experiences universal, creating music that continues to resonate with new generations of listeners. They remind us that rock music, at its best, is about more than just entertainment. It's about connection, emotion, and the shared experience of being human. 1971 was indeed a special year for rock music, a time when the genre's pioneers were still pushing boundaries, while new voices were emerging to carry the music forward. The technology was advancing, with better recording equipment and more sophisticated production techniques allowing artists to realize their visions more fully. The cultural moment was right too, with audiences hungry for music that reflected their experiences and spoke to their hopes and fears. Looking back, we can see that 1971 was a pivotal year when rock music truly came into its own as an art form. The artists on this list weren't just making singles or albums. They were creating statements, manifestos, and musical experiences that would influence popular music for generations to come. These songs remind us why rock and roll became such a powerful cultural force, and why great music never really goes out of style. The legacy of these tracks extends far beyond their initial chart success. They've been covered by countless artists, featured in movies and commercials, and continue to be discovered by new listeners every day. They represent a high watermark for rock music, a time when creativity, commercial success, and cultural impact came together in perfect harmony. If you enjoyed this trip back to 1971, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of rock's greatest moments. What's your favorite song from 1971? Let us know in the comments below, and keep the music alive.